It started with a glitch. A single flicker on the screen while he scrolled through Google Maps late one night. Insomnia, boredom, who knows? A small speck of civilization hidden deep in the forests of the Pacific Northwest, a town with no name, no roads in or out. No satellite update in over 6 years. Just frozen. It shouldn't exist. Not anymore. But there it was. Clustered buildings. A church steeple. And what looked like rows of graves. He clicked in. Zoomed closer. The resolution broke down at level 18, typical. But then something blinked. Not a loading icon, something in the town. A tiny white figure that hadn't been there before. A human standing in the cemetery, staring directly at the camera. Static. Page reloaded. Gone. That should have been the end. Just another rabbit hole. But something about that place, he couldn't let go. He searched public records. Nothing. No registry, no maps, no mention in local history. Which made it impossible. Because decades ago, the satellite should have caught more than just images. It should have caught life. 2 days later, he spoke to a forest ranger off record. The man looked like he'd seen ghosts before. Said there used to be whispers about a settlement back there. Religious, secretive. After a flood wiped out the bridge, rescue teams tried to reach them. But were told to stand down. No one lived there, they were told. It never existed. But the ranger said what every veteran never dares to say. We hear things on the wind at night. Prayers in a language that never belonged here. That's when he decided to drive out himself. Over 12 hours of winding back roads, each one thinner and more tangled than the last. He didn't tell anyone where he was headed. The map glitched again 3 miles out, GPS screamed location not found. Radio went dead. His engine stuttered. Every cell tower vanished. The town didn't appear. It emerged. With a sudden fog that rolled like it had a mind of its own. There were no animals. Not even wind. Just houses sitting silently like they were still waiting for the people who'd left decades ago. The cemetery was just as he'd seen it. Except the graves weren't old. They were fresh. Shovels still leaned against wooden markers. No names. Just the dates, every single one from this year. That's when he saw something that broke every rule of logic. Outside the church, a group of figures stood motionless. Not moving. Not blinking. Just present. Pale. Elongated. Like human silhouettes draped in wax paper. One tilted its head at him, but never stepped forward. He didn't run. He couldn't. His legs didn't respond. Not fear. Paralysis. Something was affecting his body like it had been rewritten. He heard the bell begin to toll. But there was no wind. No ringer. The bell turned inside itself with a metallic groan, an ancient sound soaked in something darker than rust. It felt like a summoning. He forced himself to move, breaking into a sprint, not back to the car, but through the cemetery. Toward a building marked archive. Inside, the walls pulsed. Not lights. Not heat. Something almost alive. He found journals. Stained, scratched. And one VHS tape, unlabeled. Back home, if you can call it that anymore, he tried playing the tape. Patterns emerged. Faces flickered. Voices recited hymns backward in chilling harmony. And behind the static, a whisper. You are now part of the record. Since that day, his reflection doesn't match his movements. When he sleeps, the fog follows him. And once, just once, he caught the church steeple in the backdrop of a weather broadcast in New York City, thousands of miles away from where it should be. His emails get bounced. The files he saved disappear. But someone keeps re-uploading the footage just when he thinks it's gone. Comment sections fill with users simply typing, "It's not a town, it's a gate." And now, you've heard it too. You've seen enough pieces to question your reality. Some places were removed from the map because they were too real. Follow the quiet signal. Some stories are buried on purpose.